Hi, I'm Mia, and hopefully this is going to turn out to be my 6th Pride look and my 2nd look of the day. I'm just that on top of things. Alright, so the general vibe for today is going to be rainbow eyeshadow, wild, I know, with either leopard or cheetah print. I don't know the difference. I don't really care about the difference. Gonna be so honest here. So, like, it's kind of gonna give Lisa Frank, but not, like, neon. If that makes any sense at all. But I'm going to start off with the Genuine Gems palette from Simply Posh Cosmetics. And I'm going to start with the shade Jade, which is just a little light green. Wild, I know. I'm just going to tap a little off, because I don't want too much fallout. And I'm going to place that right under here. I do already have concealer laid down underneath, so I'm all set on that department. But yeah, this is gonna be my 2nd look of the day. I am being productive because I don't have the ability to do my makeup for like another 6 days. So fun, I know, wild. But yeah, I did my makeup earlier today, so that would have been the last video that I posted. And yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to get ahead, especially again with dog sitting, again with New York. I'm exhausted, but I'm trying to be responsible here. And then I'm taking some of the shade Blue Topaz, and I'm gonna put that right down next to the green, still underneath my eye, and I'm gonna bring that to about here. And I did not do a very good job at taking my makeup off earlier, so there is some, you know, eyeliner and mascara smudges still in my lashes. But it's fine, everything's fine. I can always fix this, and I have ideas. Not good ones, but they're there. And then I'm going to take some of the shade Charmeleine, and I'm going to put that right there and bring it up a little onto my lid. Like, just a very little, because that's going to help blend in with the red in a moment or two. I am also using one of my old Pride looks as reference for this, and I will also probably go back and blend these out a little more with a lighter color. I just need these colors placed down right now, because it's, what time is it? It is 5:51 as I start this. I finished my first makeup look at like 2, and my original plan was to go do another one at like 3, and then I got distracted by a lot of things, so oops. And next I'm going to take some of the shade Ruby, and then I'm going to kind of layer that on top of the purple as well. This is like, I'm also using this palette specifically because this is one of the only like true toned reds I have, because they all either blend out super pink or super orange, and I don't want either of those. So yeah, again, I know this looks kind of sad and messy right now, but I am gonna blend out soon. Alright. I am actually going to jump to the Mad About Hue palette from Colourpop, just because I don't like the orange and the yellow shades in this palette. So I'm going to take some of Bus Stop, which is just yellow, and I'm going to... Shit. No, I did this right. And I'm going to place the yellow on the inner corner. I'm going to blend a little more red, but then the middle will be orange, because it all ties back. Everything's fine. It's fine. And then I will be using the Mad About Hue palette to help blend the edges of everything else. Again, right now I'm just concerned about getting colors laid down. And then I'm taking the shade Lotta Gelato, and I'm just going to lay that right down in the middle between the yellow and the red. This is looking a little more yellow than I want, so I'm also going to take some of Screwdriver to help. There we go. Again, I know it looks messy. I have a little bit of a plan. Little being a loose word. Alright, again, I know it looks kind of ugly right now. So I'm taking a bit of the shade Crazy Cool, which is just pink, and I'm going to use that to start to blend out where the red is, because lighter reds are just pink, so I don't really have any other options here. But I'm going to use that and start blending. And yeah. Then on a big fluffy brush, I'm taking some of Do or Die, and I'm just going to do that right here too, because the purple is blended with the red, and that's a very light purple anyway, so it's fine if it kind of blends with the pink. On a very small fluffy brush, I'm taking some of the shade Elephant, and I'm just going to start to blend out the edges of that yellow. And then I will also use the same exact brush for the orange, because it doesn't matter that much. God forbid I blend out orange with a brush that has a little bit of yellow left on it. And then I'm taking Pow, which was just a very, very light orange. And I'm just gonna... See? I told you it wouldn't matter. I still have 2 more colors to blend out, and I already have all these brushes. I would like it to be known that I also cleaned all of these brushes like 2.5 hours ago. So I'm going to take some of the shade Got Iced, which is a lighter blue, and just flick and drag that out over the deeper blue, because that's how this works. I promise I will get a little more talkative when I'm just doing like the cheetah print. It's just, this is a very time-consuming thing right now. And also, I know I mentioned it in the last video, because as I film this, it's the day of the Tonys. I don't think I'm going to watch the Tonys, just because apparently it's already started. But I can also just get a recap of everything I need to on TikTok tomorrow morning when I have to take the shuttle bus in. So, it's fine. Also, my back is killing me. I can't sit up. Last blending out, I promise. I'm taking some of the shade Say Less, and I'm going to use that to drag and flick out with that green. Honestly, this also looks really good by itself. And even though this does look really good by itself, I am going to do the wet liner. If I can get this open. This is the wet liner from Glisten Cosmetics. This is just the shade Cola, which is just black. The tiniest bit of water into the lid. This is the lid for the wet liner, not the lid for the water. I'm not making that mistake twice. And then I'm actually going to take a dotting tool and not a graphic liner brush, just because my hands aren't steady. I don't have a brush that small, so. But I'm actually going to pour a little into just a little, get it kind of around and saturated. And I chose this one specifically because this is the smallest ball tool I could find on the ones I have. So, I'm pulling up my reference for this shape at least. It's just kind of, not like C's, but like, I can't really explain it. Just like that. And I'm just going to do that basically everywhere. No rhyme or reason. Some of them are going to be bigger than others. Some of them aren't going to have a matching trend. It's all just kind of all loosey-goosey. But I also don't want the wet liner to be too wet, because otherwise it's going to sink into like the lines on under my eyes and also feather out, and I don't want that. I'm also going to do my best to keep it like kind of above here because it will crease. And I will also have lashes on, so it will be covered a little more than if it wasn't. I thought about doing like cow print for this too, but that seems a little weird. But this whole thing seems a little weird, so realistically, I'm sorry, like I said, it hurts to like sit up straight right now. Probably because I did my makeup earlier, so. Alright, so I do have one eye finished. I'm actually going to do the other eye off camera because it's the same exact stuff. And like I said, it kind of hurts to sit up right now. So I'm going to finish the other eye off camera. Again, I'm just repeating these exact things. And I'm going to find some lashes, but I'll be back in a second. Alright, I'm back. I did dilly-dally a little. I apologize. But we're going to move right onto base. These are from e.l.f. These are the Holy Hydration Thirst Burst Drops. Some of that was already on the packaging, so oops. I'm going to do a very simple base today. Like, this is literally the only, like, primer that I'm using. But that's because the foundation I'm using can be a little too dewy on its own sometimes, so I just want something more there for the benefit of my skin than the benefit of the foundation, if that makes any sense. I feel like I had something to say, but I have no idea. Again, today's my only day off, and I already did a video earlier, so I've talked about all the things I've had to do. So. But I'm gonna go in with some of the LYS. I think this is the No Limits Foundation Stick Tint, Skin Tint Stick, or whatever it's called. This is the shade LN3. Again, not going in with a lot, just a little. Yeah, I was kind of irresponsible earlier when I took off my makeup. I just used water and a makeup eraser, no actual cleanser. But it's because I knew I was doing makeup anyways, and then I ended up procrastinating, and then I had, you know, mascara and eyeliner in my lashes still. But it's fine, whatever. Whatever. I'm blending this down the neck just a little because this isn't really my shade. But I'm scared that LN1 is going to be way too light for me. And this is fine like now in the summer, just not in the winter. But oh, no, so next week I have like my normal days off again. And I'm thinking of maybe going to see the Materialists. It's only at Boston Common AMC, which I don't like that theater. So I might just wait until it's at Assembly Row, because I always say if I have to pay movie theater prices, I want the good recline and side seats. So I might just wait a few weeks. But that's a thought. And I'm like, ooh, there's like an 11:45 showing on June 14th, which is Pride at Boston Common. And it's also still when the shuttle buses are happening, so that's not really going to happen for me. The less I have to take the train into Boston outside of work this week, the better. Next, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer in the shade Royal Icing 1.1N. Gonna be very careful not to like mess up any of my eyeshadow. Did I already put some there? I don't know. I'm tired. I did just drink a Monster. I don't feel like energized, like, oh my god, I'm gonna stay up the whole night. It's more now, oh my god, I'm not gonna fall asleep at, 6 o'clock now. Because that's how tired I was. It was legitimately like, I might pass out if I don't go do my makeup. And, oops. Ooh, and all my laundry is finally dry. I mentioned it in the video the earlier today video, but obviously developments have happened since then. Our dryer right now is kind of broken, so we've been using my grandfather's downstairs because he's not here. He lives in New Hampshire or Florida half the year. But the moment I went to go start my laundry, he pulled into the driveway, so didn't do that. So I ended up just washing my clothes and just hanging them to dry. Everything's dry. It wasn't overly warm today, but it was at least sunny and not raining, so I at least have clean clothes for tomorrow for work. And I can do a load of laundry sometime during the week now that he's not here again. I am gonna have to see him on Sunday though, because it's Father's Day, and my father's like, hey, I'm gonna be a good son and go see him. And my brother and I were like, oh, so that means we have to be good grandchildren and go see him. So I'm gonna go in with the Colourpop Cosmetics Bronze Stick. This is the shade Laguna Beach. I keep picking up the mirror on the wrong side, but this is like a more neutral to almost cool toned bronzer, so definitely want that. I'm not a fan of super like warm toned orangey bronzers. And unfortunately, since I am pretty pale, a lot of bronzers will turn like orange on me even if they're not advertised as overly warm toned. Like this is like perfect right now. She's beautiful, stunning, and it still gives me a little sculpt too. My battery's about to die. Give me a second. Alright, we're back with a new camera battery. I mean, I should have suspected it because again, I did already film a video and the camera batteries I have kind of suck besides the one like official like Sony one I have. So, can't say I'm that surprised. But it's fine, it's fine. That means I'm going to have enough battery to finish this look and to theoretically start importing videos when I shower later. Because I have to train somebody tomorrow, but they're not in until 3. So, you know, between 11 and 3, that's enough time to edit, even with customers and stuff. Sorry, I was crossing my legs a different way and it hurts. And then I'm going to take the Patrick Todd Double Take Cream and Powder Blush Duo in the shade Not Too Much. I wonder how warm tone this is going to show up on camera because in real life it's like a little rosy. Okay. That looks a lot better actually. I think I finally got like the perfect calibration on my camera because this is looking pretty true to tone. But it was this shade specifically that would always mess with my camera settings, and like it looked so much more orange on the camera than it did in real life, so glad that's fixed. But again, I have a lot going on with the eyes, so I don't want to go a whole lot with blush. Something just a little like neutral, rosy. I need to find a color dupe for this blush because I'm not actively trying to buy anything from Patrick Ta right now anyways. I'm just using what I have. And I especially don't want to... It's like my issue with the Lunar Beauty blush I have... Not blush. Eyeshadow I have. The Cake Face shade, the white, which is like my favorite white in all of time. Like, I don't want to have to buy a whole new palette just for that one shade. That's like the only shade I ever use. Like, I'll use a few of the neutrals sometimes and a few of the colorfuls and shimmers, but like once every few looks. The white, fantastic, and again, I've hit pan on it. So if anyone has a color dupe for the cream version of the blush of Not Too Much, much appreciated. This is from About Face Beauty. This is the Curtain Call Loose Powder, I think it's called, and mine is in the shade Bow. It's like a light translucent color, so they don't have like a real translucent, but this works enough for me. But just kind of going everywhere. I know I am putting highlighter on, but it's like shimmery highlighter, not like glowy, glassy skin highlighter. And like now that I'm set, I still look healthy and a little, not like dewy, but like I don't look matte and like shriveled up and dehydrated. And now, this is actually turning into like one of my favorite highlighters. Like top 5. This is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Buttermelt highlighter in the shade Bread and Butter, which it's just like a light champagne. Like it's so smooth and pretty. And like I have a very hard time trying to find good like drugstore affordable highlighters for me. Because usually they're too dark. And like or they're just straight white, and I don't like white highlighters. Just because I'm pale doesn't mean I want a white highlighter. Like I feel like they look frosty. And like it works sometimes for specific things. Like when I do the I'm cold makeup trend every like December, I'll do a white highlighter. But like generally I want something like like this shade that's like a very light champagne. Which is why I usually just use my Colourpop one, because fantastic array of shades. But this, geez, like it again looks just so smooth and like reflective. I know I said I didn't want it totally overly blush, but I just need a little more. I just need more. Again, I'm kind of focusing most of the powder blush like right here, not bringing it in too much. There we go, that looks better. So I am taking the MAC lip liner in the shade Cool Spice, and I'm just gonna line my lips wild. It's funny because this isn't really cool toned, but I actually really like the shade. Like, it's a little more taupey than the other liners I have, but it's still not really that intensely cool. And I'm blending out my lip liner, don't worry, I didn't forget. Do not worry. And then I'm gonna go in with this L'Oreal Paris Glow Paradise, Eclat Paradise. It's like a glowy little lip balm lipstick thing. This is in the shade 130 Nude Heaven. I actually bought this because of Julia Adams, and it's just so pretty, and this works with this blush so well too. It's like fantastic. And I don't need to put on lip gloss when I do it because it's, you know, a high shine balm lipstick thingy. See? I need to go fix my hair, hopefully, because I need to wash it anyways, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, these aren't my best bangs, but they will do, and this is the finished look. I also just realized, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell that this is leopard, cheetah, whatever print it is, or if it's just going to look like little black blobs to you. So I guess we'll find out. And like, I thought about leaving it just the eyeshadow because the blend turned out really good too, so oops. But yeah, this is the finished look. I really like it. I mean, like I said, the blend of the eyeshadow turned out really well. And like I said, in person you can tell that this is some sort of animal print again. I don't know which one's which and I don't really care. I didn't do the like deeper color inside because I was not messing around with that. But yeah, this is the finished look again. Looks really good, and it's my second look of the day. Tell me how I like this one better than the first look I did. But I forgot how much I love this lip and cheek duo together. But yeah.